If you have ever wondered how someone with no sight might navigate in a kitchen environment, Food with Feeling by Oda Lisa may offer some helpful insight. Welcome to my world. I'm going to make biscuits to go with a beef stew that is stewing in the back over there on the other counter. And I have everything prepared right now. The oven is preheating to 350. I've got 2 cups of all-purpose King Arthur unbleached flour in this bowl. And I'm going to add a 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now, I've never made biscuits with baking powder before, so we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm just going to lightly stir that. And to that, I have half a cup or 1 stick of lightly salted butter that I've cubed. And I'm going to put that in there. And since I do use my hands quite a bit in cooking, I'm going to take that out for a second. I'm going to incorporate this butter into the flour and baking powder and make basically a rough sort of crummy sort of consistency. This takes a little bit of time because, as you'll hear me say many times, it usually takes me twice as long to do stuff being blind as sighted people. So normally I would have music on in the background. Fats Domino more than likely, but then you wouldn't be able to hear me talk, which might be a good thing. Okay, I'm getting close. All right. Now to this, I'm going to add 1 cup of whole milk. And this is where I'm going to use my handy spatula. There it goes. I'm going to incorporate it. I love my big mixing bowl. I have lots and lots of fun tools, kitchen tools that I'll be using in the future. Okay, so got to hopefully get a nice sticky dough out of this. And if I have to add some more flour, I'll have to do that. But I think this is coming along pretty well. I'll have to touch it. I'll get this off of there. It's still too wet. Ooh, yuck. Okay. It's coming along. At some point, I will stop and mix the rest of it with my hands. Almost to that point. Again, this is very similar to the way I make my shortbread cookies. The only difference is I don't use baking powder. But I'll be making those in the future. Oh, okay. All right, now I'm going to start mixing with my hands. Kind of gross, but oh well. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. That's what we say in Texas. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Nope. Getting it. This will make approximately 6 or 7 biscuits. And the important thing is to make sure that the biscuits are all uniform in size, because then they'll bake evenly. Okay, almost there. Now, I don't bake a lot because it really takes a lot of precision. And for instance, when I made the beef stew that is cooking in the crock pot, I used 1 pound of stew meat already cut up, and I used after that I really didn't measure out anything. I just used a regular old spoon and got some better than bouillon, put it in the pan, and then I coated the meat in that and the flour, and anyway, but I didn't measure anything else. So it's kind of the way I like to cook. Otherwise, it takes me forever. I'm getting most of this. It's coming along. It's incorporating pretty well. Oh. But yeah, biscuits and beef stew, one of my favorites. And of course, in the fall, now that the weather's getting cooler, and it's a cool 90 degrees here in Texas, get to feeling like you want to make some stews and soups more, spend more time in the kitchen. Okay, I'm getting close. Just want to kind of make sure it's all wet. You don't have any dry spots. Okay, getting real close. So yeah, a lot of people have asked me over the years, it's like, well, how do you cook being blind? And of course, me being the person I am, I said, well, I use a stove. How do you cook? I get varied responses. Some people think it's hilarious. Some people want to smack me. Luckily, nobody has yet. But I say it with a smile because it's just who I am. Okay, so now I'm just going to roll these biscuits. I've already lightly greased this pie dish, actually. That's what it is. I'm going to roll these up real fast, or at least I think it's fast. Get that off of my fingers. Let's see. Okay. Let's see how many we're going to get. I'm making these rather large, but hopefully they will rise and become really nice, big, soft, fluffy biscuits. I think I got a little bit too much there. Okay, hold on. There we go. Yep, that feels about right. Okay. I think I can get, and I might have to adjust. Like that one's a little bit too small, so we'll figure it out. We can steal some dough from another one. We'll make it all even. And then what I'm going to do is check. I'm going to check for the sizes, make sure they're pretty even just by doing feel. That's why this is feeling cooking. Again, it's all very therapeutic to me. I think those, well, we'll find out. Okay, now I like to just kind of gently smash them down. Just kind of get them all a good start in the same thickness. And next, we are going to put these in our oven. All right. Okay, time to put the old mitts on and stick this in the oven. There we go. Center rack. Roughly in the center, not too far back. There we go. Ooh, it's hot in there. Okay. Hey Siri, set timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Counting down.
Hey Siri, timer.
The timer has about 55 seconds to go.
Woohoo! Okay. Now, I'm standing over the stove because there is a phenomenon that I experience when I'm baking, is that I can often tell when the baked goods is all ready to go because it will actually stop having a baking smell. So right now I'm smelling bread baking, and I'm in a minute the smell should go away, and usually it coincides with my timer. So we will see what happens. Oh, I need a drum roll. I need to have a studio band. That's what I need. Okay. All right. Hey Siri, stop. I had to bake these a little bit longer, but that's okay. It's always good to check at 30 minutes. Make sure I'm not gonna burn my face. Okay, here we go. Take those out. Let's see. Now, the only way that I know to test them is to just lightly touch them, and don't try this at home. I've had a lot of experience doing this. Yep, those feel firm to me. I'm going to call those done. So next we're going to plate the beef stew and biscuits and see what we got for dinner. Okay, here we are, dinner time. We've got beef stew and these lovely baking powder biscuits, and I am pairing the stew with a glass of Malbec. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching me cook, and this is Food with Feeling by Oda Lisa. Have a great evening.